regardless of what the Chiefs do at the end of this season, rather if they make it to the Super Bowl and three-peat or if they don't, this is going to be their last year being as dominant as what they have been over this last near decade, because the AFC West is catching up to the Chiefs and nobody's talking about it. There are too many good coaches in this conference for the Chiefs to continue to sustain this level of dominance. You have Jim Harbaugh, who's a top 5 football coach just overall. The dude has won in the college ranks, and he still dominates at the NFL level. You guys forget, his first 3 seasons in San Francisco, he took them to the conference championship game every single year, and they went to a Super Bowl. Jim Harbaugh also turned around his alma mater, Michigan. The dude just knows how to win. And for the Chargers to have been as good as what they were this season, with the cap situation they had, having a lot of their key guys being a little bit older on defense, and having nobody but Lad McConkey to throw to at receiver, you know, Jim Harbaugh was probably the best head coach in the league when we talk about his circumstance, being able to do more with less. He deserves to win Coach of the Year. Imagine how good this team is going to be and how far they're going to go when they finally are able to use some of that cap space to improve that roster. Now, what about the Denver Broncos with Sean Payton and Bo Nix? They look very promising. Sean Payton is a good head coach, too. People got mad at him because he kicked Russell Wilson to the curb, but in hindsight, when you look back at it, he was right. Russell Wilson probably is going to be out of the league in the next year or so, or backup at best. Meanwhile, you have Bo Nix, who shocked everybody. There were not a lot of people who were high on the Denver Broncos when they made the decision to draft Bo Nix, but him and Sean Payton proved a lot of people wrong. And they also, like the Chargers, had a really bad cap situation due to the dead cap hit that they took for getting rid of Russell Wilson. So for the Denver Broncos and the Chargers to have overachieved the way they have this past season, it just shows you how promising the futures of both of these franchises look as they continue to add on more roster talent with already good quarterback play. And if the Raiders hire Ben Johnson, you know, who probably is one of the best head coaching candidates in the last 6-7 years that we've seen, then this could be arguably the toughest division in the NFL. But you already have 2 really good coaches. Andy Reid is the best head coach in the league, but the gap between him, Jim Harbaugh, and Sean Payton is not that wide. You know, Sean Payton has won a Super Bowl before. Jim Harbaugh has been to a Super Bowl before, and he's only missed the playoffs only 1 year as a head coach in the NFL. I do not see the Chiefs being able to maintain the level of dominance that they have once this season is over. What gets overlooked about the Patriots dynasty is that one thing that they always had that was consistent, that factored into them being able to be so good, was that they were always benefiting going up against teams in their division that had no good quarterbacks and always were rotating out different head coaches. The AFC West is completely different. You have 2 other coaches that are proven. Not as proven as Andy Reid, but they definitely are capable now that they have franchise quarterbacks. The AFC West has caught up to Kansas City. And if they don't three-peat this year, this is going to be their last opportunity for the next 8 years or so until they get back to the Super Bowl. Or if they even get back to the conference championship game, because they've been to this game every single year that Mahomes has been the starter. But let's not act like Tom Brady and the Patriots were always winning the Super Bowl every year. Let's not act like they didn't have years when they lost in the divisional round of the playoffs. I don't see the Chiefs being able to maintain this level of dominance over the league for the foreseeable future with the emergence of the other teams in their division.